Alright, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Dash. Let honors go out to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings to you hopeful members of the elect out there. Alright, the title of this lesson is, In Transit, as you can see, so I'm only going to be able to paraphrase for this lesson, unfortunately. But just a brief in transit, I just kind of wanted to put that message out there of how, which not just for Akim and Akwath, but everybody. You know, we're coming into the worst time. The scriptures say, Matthew 24, Daniel 12, this is going to be the worst time to ever come upon the planet Earth. So any historical event that you can think of, it's gonna outmatch that. And it's not only is it going to outmatch that, it's going to double, triple that, you know? It's going to be terrible out here, man. But the good thing is, through the Spirit, because it's always a good thing. You know, there's always, like that saying, glass half full. For the members, Lord, when we're of the elect, but for the men and women that believe, and the children that believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we have that covered. You know, Psalms 91 talks about dwelling in the secret place, which as secret places is true. Right? Talks about in Psalms 34:7 that the Lord has his angels encamping round about us. So we're going to be protected in those times, the time of trouble that's coming. But everybody else isn't. That's why, Zechariah 13, it talks about how the 1/3 is going to be brought through the fire and the 2/3 is going to be destroyed. They're going to be cut off. Right? And they're not going to be cut off forever, but they're going to have to die that death by pain in 2nd Ezra 9. I believe it's the 12th verse. All right, which the 1/3 and 2/3 is dealing with America. But you also have, don't think because America is essentially the epicenter of wickedness, or just the main setting of the movie, that everywhere else isn't important. You got brothers all across the globe that are teaching this word, man. It tells us in Matthew 24 that the elect are going to be gathered from the four corners. And then on top of that, these plagues are going to be across the four corners. Death and destruction ain't just going to be present in America. It's going to hit these other places too. The hour of temptation. The main place going to take place is in America, but the CHIP is going to be mandatory worldwide. It's called the New World Order, not the New American Order. So this is going to involve everybody. It's going to involve oikoumene, the whole inhabited planet. Everybody. So you people outside of the land of America that are Israelites, down there in Mexico, Central America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, wherever you may be, if you don't repent to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, best believe there's going to be judgment that's coming for you too. Calamities that are going to come for you too. It might not necessarily be a missile all the way in Kenya, but it could be the teeth of wild beasts. Or it could be a member of the elect. You never know. Right? But before that even comes, before we get those new bodies and going around, helping, we know Yahushua don't need our help, but as joint heirs, helping take over. Before that, we got to go through this, which we don't know exactly how long it's going to last, but we know it ain't going to last too long, but it ain't going to be a week. It's going to be a little period of time, but it's definitely something that you can't prepare for, but through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we're going to be sustained. Right? Isaiah 33:6 talks about how wisdom and knowledge is going to keep you stable in those times. With stability is something that everybody's going to be looking for but can't find. Because when you have all this money, and which they're going to find a different way to be stable, so to speak. Rather than, it's true, they're going to lean on Esau Edom, so-called white man, the elite banker families, and they're going to take the CHIP. And to them, that's going to be a form of stability, because they had $100,000 in their bank account, but once the dollar collapsed, the economy essentially gave its last breath. Well, now my money is worthless. So what is he going to do? He's going to run to the CHIP, which that's going to be his form of stability. But there's nothing stable about that. It just shows Esau, he's going to be your downfall. For you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that put your trust in Esau, that's going to be your destruction, man. You're not supposed to trust in that guy. All it leads to is death. Even though it may seem like the most presentable way to go in the time period, and that's just because a lot of our people are carnal-minded. All right, they don't have any faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai. They don't know the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All they know is Jesus Christ, which Jesus Christ hasn't done anything for them in their life. You see? So they're going to lean on Esau, Edom, and that's going to be to their destruction. Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. Proverbs 14:12. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So a lot of our people, they're going to be disappointed. But the thing is, regardless of how disappointed one may be, we told you. All right, we warned you about this. It talks about that in John, I think it's the 15th chapter, how Yahweh Shai was talking about, if I hadn't come and spoken unto them, then they wouldn't have sin. But since they bear witness to my words, now they have no cloak for their sin. So the prophets, which that's the beauty of Yahweh Shemel Shai, in every situation that goes on in the planet Earth, the mercy of the Lord is always present somewhere. All right, it might not be towards a certain individual, that may be listening to this because you might be wicked, or whatever. But the mercy of the Lord is always there. All right. It might not be for everybody, or it might not be how you would expect it to be, but mercy is always there. You see, us being in this truth is an example of mercy, because the Lord could have just left us in the gross darkness, but instead we were given a chance to turn from our wicked ways and seek after the Lord and potentially get saved from the destruction that's at hand. That's mercy. In the time of Jacob's trouble, even, the elect are going to be going through hell, persecuted. Some may even die as martyrs, but it's still mercy. Because at the end of the day, they have something that they can look forward to. They know that there's something greater coming for them. And for a lot, for most of them, or at least a good portion of the time, even for martyrs, up until their time to be a martyr, they're going to be protected. That's mercy. But the problem is, a lot of our people, they don't seek after the mercy of the Lord. They're trying to appease the wrath of Esau by conforming to his ways, and that's just not the way to go. All right, and the proof of that is Revelation 14. It tells you take that seed, you're going to be destroyed. So the thing that's going to be interesting to see is, yes, most definitely the plagues, which it tells us in 2 Ezra 15. It talks about how Egypt is going to be plagued as before, but when it's talking about Egypt this time, it's talking about America, all right? Which is Egypt, Matazarium. Basically, Egypt is synonymous with bondage, all right? Back then it was Mizraimites, the Egyptians, but today it's modern day. The modern day Egyptians are Esau. But it says also that all the land is going to be destroyed thereof. America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. We made countless videos on that. We made countless, posts about it, whatever. We bring out all these scriptures, man. You can't refute that. America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Okay? And that's just that. And we see why. We see why every day. All right? But what's going to be interesting in that time is not only the plagues, but on top of that, how these people react. All right, that's what's going to be very interesting. Because scriptures talk about how cannibalism is going to become a thing. People are going to start eating each other, man. Robberies and murder is going to be at an all-time high. People are going to turn into savages, man. And it reminds me of Elder Malcolm brought up that point as well. But you see it when you watch that show, The Walking Dead. You're thinking, okay, because you see the first few episodes, you're like, man, this is going to get boring because it's just always about zombies. But no, lo and behold, the main enemy is each other, is people. Other people, other so-called human beings, man. That's the main enemy in that show, and that's going to be the main enemy in this day to come. All right, yeah, there's going to be, you know, certain disasters and animals, and those all can get you, and those all are terrifying, but a lot of you people are going to become victim to your own fucking neighbors, man. The dude living a couple houses down notices that you got a generator, and he's kicking in that door because he got 2 kids that he don't want to see perish from famine. You see? It's going to get fucking wild out here, man. And once again, if you don't have that stability, you're going to be through. So seek, like it says in Isaiah 55, seek the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. All right? Because that's implying that there is a time when Yahweh B'Shem El Shai is not going to be able to be found. You see? It's not going to be able to be found. You're not going to be able to go, you know, down Broadway and find GMS Nashville. You're not going to be able to go down, I don't know some of these other streets. You know, you're not going to be able to go into Memphis or Arkansas. Well, what are they? I think they're in Little Rock. You're not going to be able to go to the Bay Area. You're not going to be able to go to New York, Tampa. You're not going to be able to go to these different places and find the prophets anymore. Okay? Which I could have just said Nashville, but Broadway is a very big, long street. Even if somebody walks down there this Saturday, it's not guaranteed you're going to find us. It's all up to the Lord, really. But the point being, the prophets are going to be taken off the streets. Because you got to figure, the point of a prophet is to speak before. So if all the speaking before is done and the prophecies are actually happening, what the hell is the point of us being out there? What's the point of these videos going up? And don't think, okay, well, they're going to be done making videos, but I can still pull up Apostle Har's page. No, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to pull up Apostle Har's page. Okay? You're not going to be able to do that. All the videos are going to be gone. The famine of the word is written about in Amos, the 8th chapter. But you Israelites out there that don't want to be Judah, they don't want to be Issachar, you don't want to be Ephraim, Simeon, Reuben, Gad, Levi. You want to continue to be a black man or a Hispanic man or a Cherokee, whatever, you know, a Cree. Go ahead. You don't want to conform to your true heritage and cleave onto Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. That's your L, man. All right? And you're going to see just how big of an L it is in that day. But if you hear of all these things and you read of the certain plagues in the Bible that are going to come upon America, and you don't want to die, you want to be saved, you want to please the Lord and fulfill the whole duty of man, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, you want to protect your children, protect yourself, to the, you know what I mean. Seek Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. All right, so with that said, Shalom.